I just wanted to know if anyone plays any of the games that are shown on here. Right then, who plays Roblox? Me. Roblox. You like Roblox? Yeah. Who plays Fortnite?
Fighting Fear with Hope. The story of the Off the Streets community. Episode 2. If you can see it, you can be it. It is usual to say that the basis of society is the family. It is in the family that the first notions of education and respect for others are received. Well, in theory, in a world where, to be honest, there is not much space for the necessary family coexistence, something essentially left by the wayside. In this authentic crusade to show society the evils of knife crime and its devastating consequences, the Off the Streets community choose schools as a priority.
Good afternoon. It's not morning anymore, is it? Good afternoon.
Don't be shy. That's a bit better.
I personally had the privilege of attending one of the debriefing sessions held at a primary school in Wellingborough, whose name I prefer not to mention. I'm talking about Year 5 children aged between 9 and 10 years old. One of the Off the Streets activists, Quinton Green, wanted to know, for example, what computer games they play at home.
Spoken to your teachers that are watching at the side, and they said you're not going to get in any trouble if you answer any of the other questions.
Okay.
Who plays Grand Theft Auto? Not quite as many. Not quite as many. Who plays Call of Duty? Right. Duty. Okay. Year 5.
Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty. Games rated 18 plus, but owned by 8, 9 or 10-year-old kids. Games where players run away from the police in high-speed cars, but also where players perform violent robberies and kill. And where are these children's parents? The students were also asked about this, and the vast majority replied that while they are playing, they are alone in the bedroom without any type of surveillance.
These are 8-year-olds that are exposed to that. Their brain hasn't developed to be able to separate right from wrong or reality from fiction. The cognitive development. Who here plays those games? And then you find out that they actually, online, they're talking to strangers, they're talking to people that they don't know. They get angry when they don't complete the game. If they don't complete the game, they're throwing the controller at the TV. So they're upstairs using sniper rifles, throwing their controller at the TV and talking to strangers. And the parents are unaware.
Quinton Green lived these sessions with children intensely because he believes that it is at these ages that everything begins, the good and the bad. And no matter how much experience Quinton have with this kind of sessions, no matter how many conversations he have with children, he admits that he's never truly prepared for the answers that are systematically given by them.
When you are playing that game, okay, and you have to take out your opponent, you have to beat your opponent. How do you take out your opponent? Right at the back.
360 on the scope.
360. So explain that then. What do you have to do?
So like you build up and build a platform.
Yeah.
Then you jump around, do a 360. It's best with a hunting rifle. Then you hit no scope.
A hunting rifle. Yeah. Okay. A hunting rifle. Thanks for your honesty. Right at the back there. Just listen. For damage, for full damage. Oh yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, okay. Yourself.
I would use a gun that shoots bullets very quick and just hold the button or use the outer clicker and use it on them.
Right, so you'll use a kind of an automatic, like a semi-automatic gun. Yeah? Any more?
I'll just pull up my pump and headshot.
Pull out your pump. So is that a shotgun?
Yeah.
You headshot them. Okay, give yourself over there.
AK-47 to the face.
AK-47. 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 AK-47.
These are children who spend hours alone in their bedrooms in a virtual vertigo where they include shotguns, head shoppings, AK-47s. In this way, it's difficult to form, educate respectable human beings because it is exactly at these ages that personalities are formed. Therefore, Quinton reinforces the importance of these sessions in primary schools. Off the Streets wants to transmit values of respect to the adults of tomorrow.
We need to set an example. I'm an example of change. I've come from a dysfunctional background. I've come from a challenged background, difficult circumstances. And I never really had anybody to lead the way and to show guidance. And so as an adult now, I can look back at younger generations and set that path. Not to push them towards change, but to pull them towards change as a person-centered approach. Yeah, make them the center of the conversation. I'm not talking at you, I'm talking with you.
In the end, it's all about ambition and plans for the future. As Quinton says, if you can see it, you can be it.
Who wants to get a job when they're older? Yeah, so you all want to get a job. That's a good start. And what would you like to be? Just that.
I want to be a mechanic.
You're a mechanic. And what about yourself?
Doctor.
Doctor. What about yourself?
Footballer.
Footballer. A cop.
I want to
Baking? Bakery. You want to own your own bakery, don't you? Yeah.
an actual photographer.
An actual photographer, yeah. What about yourself? Sorry?
Illustrator.
An illustrator.
Oh.
Yeah, lots of drawing, didn't you? One more? Footballer, actually. One more there.
NBA basketball.
NBA basketball.
Oh.
So that's the thing. If you've got ambitions, if you've got, we call it aspirations as well. So it means you look forward to something, and if you can see it, you can be it. If you can see it, you can be it. If you can see it, you can be it. So.
A few weeks later, still a little thoughtful about what I've heard from those children, I was invited to participate in a training session on how to act in case of knife wounds. Despite being a cold and rainy night of March, almost like the nature knows by itself that these are dark and stormy days, there I was in this venue in Rushton, a small village near Wellingborough, completely soaked. I know, myself and about 20 other people wanted to attend the event. Medical statistics alone explains the importance of these sessions promoted by the Off the Streets. In the event of a stabbing, the speed of first aid, it's crucial.
Time is the most critical thing with this. There is no time to mess around. There is no time to make sure you've got the right toys to play with to start with. So make an initial start with what you got, and then hopefully one of these isn't too far away, and that will help. This is a pressure bandage. That's what they look like. So that's a sort of 6-inch one, and we've got a Diddy 4-inch one. So basically, Prometheus are the ones, or they're the kits that are generally out there with the Off the Streets, and they're predominantly the main.
Gary Watts is a paramedic who collaborates with Off the Streets in these debriefings. The importance of these drills for the common citizen becomes even more relevant given that the average waiting time for an ambulance in the Northamptonshire area is between 7 and 9 minutes, according to the NHS itself.
It's not their fault, it really isn't, but you can't guarantee that ambulance response is going to be there with this sort of situation. And it's not just exclusive to bleeding. I mean, cardiacs, heart attacks, strokes. These are all potentially very serious life-threatening conditions which can kill pretty quickly.
In the next episode,
for me, it's all about starting that conversation, and it's not just talking to young people about it.
What do we want? Safer streets! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Safer streets! And when do we need it? Now!
My son Reese was denied the basic right to life.